On this episode of Martyr's Row, we're talking about Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy,
Tim Allen in the 90s?
Santa Claus and cookies,
Angels and demons?
demons and angels,
Tiamat and Leviathan?
language and the attributes of God.
Are we halfway through a year of Martyr's Row?
Holy cow.
Here we go. Episode 26.
John Fox, born in the year of our Lord, 1516, in Boston, Lincolnshire, was reared amidst the tumults of the English Reformation. While studying at Oxford, he came to reject the teachings of the Roman Church and embrace the doctrines of the Reformation. For this, he was expelled and endured poverty, later fleeing to Frankfurt during Queen Mary's persecution of Protestants. There, in the exile and affliction, he began the work that would become his life's great labor.
Moved by the courage of the saints who had sealed their testimony with blood, Fox published Acts and Monuments, later known as Fox's Book of Martyrs. To preserve their witness for generations to come, he wrote with great research and pastoral zeal, not to incite hatred, but to kindle faith and fortitude. Its pages stirred the hearts of believers across England and beyond, teaching that the path of Christ may well lead through fire. John Fox died 1587, not by the sword, but in peace, having spent his strength on behalf of those called to suffer for Christ's name. Welcome to Martyr's Row.
That's right.
Paul, it's really fun doing this podcast.
I've really enjoyed this.
Did you know that we are halfway through a year?
Did you know? This is exactly halfway.
Yeah, I mean, kind of, because it's an even
Episode-wise.
number.
Yeah.
But wait, isn't it?
Yeah, because it's 52 weeks in a year.
Yeah.
Episode 26.
I think I just don't think of 5 as an even number, because it's not.
It's not.
But 50 is. 50, yeah, so 25 plus 1.
It's crazy.
26.
I'm kind of unique, and I don't think 5 doesn't sound even to me.
Just doesn't sound, if it's in there, I don't think it's even.
Oh, that's fair.
You can't split that in half. But, yeah, I mean, I guess you could as a 50. So, yeah, 26. So this is episode 26 of Martyr's Row.
Yeah.
Which is weird because it's like no one listening is like, what's the halfway point? You know what I mean? You don't really realize when you're listening to a weekly show, you're like, is this the beginning, the end, the middle? Like, where are we at? Because 100 episodes feels like...
It feels like more of a
milestone?
Yeah. Yeah.
So maybe we shouldn't have stopped and had a milestone episode.
Oops. It's a milestone for us.
It is. I think
well,
so.
I think also because we don't have any scheduled breaks.
Right.
Like we don't have an extended time where it's like, hey, we're not publishing anything.
That's true.
So we have to create those markers where we want them.
Yeah. And
I love how so instead of celebrating 50, we're going to celebrate 52.
Yeah, actually good point.
And then 104. Episode 100. Yeah, anyway, so the big one is actually 4 more episodes.
Well, to be honest, though, I think we're doing where it's like, this is the episode we're on. So it feels like, man, it feels like so much has changed since we started.
Yes.
So it's one of those things where it's like, I think when we get to 50, we probably won't wait for 52.
Probably not.
We'll probably just be like, hey, we made it to episode 50.
We're on 50 now.
Yeah. And then we'll go, episode 60. Like, we're here. You know what I mean?
Episode 61. We're here.
No. Gotta go by tens.
Yeah, true.
But, our intro, or our martyr, as far as the martyr slot that we normally have, was not a martyr.
Mm-mm.
But instead, the martyr author himself, Mr. John Fox. We've talked about this before. I think by the time we stopped doing the individual writings from John Fox or Fox's Book of Martyrs, we talked about him a little bit, and we've kind of touched on it some.
Because we had a little farewell song for him.
Oh, yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Oh, John. No, that was a different one. That was Andrew.
That was Andrew. Andrew.
Oh, Andrew. That's still one of my favorites.
I love that one.
Yeah.
That one was hard to follow up on.
So that means we've written 26 songs.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Now, how many of them were actually worth listening to?
That's for you to decide.
Yes, let us know.
Or don't.
It'll
I'm
hurt
not
my
sure.
feelings.
But the thing is, like, when you do a weekly show or weekly recording, it's like, I mean, you're going to get, who writes a song a week and nails it?
Yeah.
No one.
Especially because we don't even take a week.
That's true. That's a good point.
We take a few hours.
Sometimes not even that.
It's like I had an idea on the way over.
Or sometimes like, I don't have an idea. Let's write something
3,
now.
2, 1.
Right.
So anyway.
Here's our song for the week.
Anywho.
But I wanted to, I think we wanted to stop and kind of go like, man, we've kind of hit a lot of topics.
Yeah.
We kind of jumped right into the deep end really quickly. So probably if you're listening to this episode and this right now, there's a good chance you haven't listened to anything before this.
True.
Like that's probably a higher chance than you're getting here now, having listened to 25 episodes.
And if you have, thanks.
God bless you.
God bless you. You really listen to all of those.
In the name of John Fox, bless you. Be blessed.
Be blessed.
In the name of John Fox, be blessed.
Well, I think it is cool because, and we've mentioned this before, because we're no longer reading from his individuals because we ran out of those.
That's true.
Which you've said.
Yeah.
And so I think it is cool before too much more time goes on.
Yeah.
To kind of put him in that slot to honor his life a little bit more. So it's like, yeah, actually, he was the basis for us to kind of continue that tradition as we're developing it as we go.
Yeah, so after this episode, you'll never hear about him again.
No, he's dead to us.
And to everybody else.
You hear that, John?
His memory,
no, you don't.
His memory lives on. You know what's funny though is like I'm not sure he's a saint of the Catholic Church.
Well, no. Do you want to take one guess why?
What's the word? Excommunication?
That's the one. He's like, I don't like your guys' teachings anymore.
I don't like you guys.
I want to be a Protestant.
I'm going to go hang out with Martin Luther.
All right, never come back.
I think you know where he is. He's got stuff nailed to his doors.
Yeah.
I like the idea that Martin Luther also nails papers to his own door. It's like, this is Martin Luther's house.
That's actually just his thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't even weird.
Yeah.
I would love to like, no, that's just how I hang stuff.
I was just trying to give it to you. It's
Glue
like
wasn't invented yet.
It's like FedEx or something. They just leave a little postmark on your door.
You know what's funny? My brother Mark reminds me of this quite often.
Okay.
Often enough. So when you're a kid and you draw pictures.
I do.
And you're like proud of it and you're like, I want to put this somewhere.
Yes.
But for me, I was like, I don't want this on the fridge.
Okay.
I want this to be in my room.
Yeah, my boys have done that.
Yeah, and it's like, it's cool. But, what's like the typical method you'd use to hang a piece of A1 paper to the wall? It's like some tape, right?
Yeah.
Well, I had the idea that a nail would be even better. So in my young, 7-year-old Martin Luther era.
Oh, no.
I had a crude drawing of Spider-Man that I did.
And you nailed it to the wall?
Nailing it to the wall. So my brother walks in, he's like, what are you doing? It's like, Mom said I could hang it on my wall.
She didn't say how to hang it.
And I had some ideas.
Yikes. Oh, man, that would be a nightmare.
That's when I knew I was Protestant.
And that's how you knew.
My fate was sealed.
That's awesome. No, but so yeah, we wanted to just stop for a minute and kind of talk about all the things we've talked about.
Yeah.
And not do a highlight episode, but actually just kind of go back in and be like, hey, Paul, what have we talked about? Because what are we doing?
Yeah. Well, I think it's important because, again, it's not like a highlight reel.
No, yeah.
Not like a 90s show that ran out of content.
Or every other podcast, at the end of the year. They're taking a holiday break.
Yeah, we're doing it halfway.
Best ofs.
We're not even waiting at the end of the year.
No. Well, it's
But-
the middle of our year.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
The
Year
Martyr
of our
Row
Lord.
calendar year.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I think it is cool because we've talked about this, the framework that we're kind of building for our podcast,
Yeah.
Ecosphere.
Right.
Um,
Ecosphere?
is that the right word?
I don't know, but that's a t-shirt.
It's
Come join the Ecosphere.
join the Ecosphere.
Martyrs Row, join the Ecosphere.
Comes with a free bag of nails and a hammer.
And maybe a Spider-Man drawing.
What a merch drop would that be?
That would be wild. Just a whole package.
You could probably get in trouble for that.
What do you mean? Which part?
Is there some kind of like lawsuit waiting to happen where like
Nails?
you just mailed people nails and a hammer?
Well, what happens if you ordered nails?
That's true.
Although I've never ordered nails.
Can you?
I don't know. I've only ever gone to the store to get them.
The same.
Who goes, I need nails, and then places an order on Amazon? If you've done that, I want to know.
You let us know about that one. That one I'm curious about.
Because I'm always like, nah, I'm just going to drive down to Ace Hardware
Yeah.
or Lowe's.
Nails, please.
1 pack of nails.
This episode's sponsored by Nails.
Nails.com.
Nails.com.
worldwideweb.nails.com /Martyrs Row.
That would be amazing.
Websites.com. Yeah, but no. So there's a framework. You were saying an ecosphere, right?
That has to be a real word.
Well, it is now.
In our ecosphere.
Yeah, but there is a framework because, like, in some ways, we have done certain series, like we did a myth series, and we kind of did it organically, like one thing after the other, and it ended up being a series in some ways. But
true.
the reality is like if you listen to Martyrs Row, there is a world that you're stepping into.
Yeah.
So we talk about all the time, like we're saying things that we don't have to continue to create definitions for, because we already have done that. So if you're watching or listening to Martyrs Row and you're like, wait, what is that? Wait, do you believe that? And like, why do you believe that? Well, if you go back and listen to the other episodes, you'll figure out why. Because in some ways it's like, otherwise every episode we'd have to like really unpack stuff.
Yeah.
So it kind of allows us to like freely talk, because in some ways it's like, well, we've already said why we're saying this.
We're defining our terms. So
and why we're setting certain things up.
Yeah.
So in some ways, like, kind of, we haven't even really hit a ton of like hot topics.
No, not like the biggest one was probably when we went through Enoch.
Yeah, but we didn't even really talk, like we talked about like historical context for the fact that when Enoch 1 would have existed.
Yeah.
Where it was found.
Mm-hmm.
So like bringing validity to the fact that it was a common book that would have been around during the 1st and 2nd century.
Yeah. And then we kind of explored like unique topics about it.
Right.
Which would have been hell and Son of God or Son of Man.
Right.
Yeah.
But we never really said like you should read Enoch 1.
No. We did it for you.
Yeah. In some ways we didn't talk about the controversy. We talked about the interesting parts of it.
Yeah.
So definitely go back and listen. That was really early.
That was like
within the first
3.
10. Yeah, like within the first 10 episodes.
Yeah. But I think that's one thing that I've appreciated or I've enjoyed as a challenge for myself too. How we've gone through them.
Yeah.
And it's like let's explore the supernatural side of the Bible,
right?
That we often shy away from.
Yeah.
And show how it's congruent with these other things that we're seeing. Like we talked about, near-death experiences.
Right.
And it's like, okay, how is that congruent with the Bible?
Yeah. Yeah. So on this episode 26, somewhere in between the beginning and the end of the year, this is where we find ourselves. You'll see, like, if you've been watching or if you go back and watch, you'll see it evolve as we go, because we just said, let's just start, and however it happens, it happens.
Yeah.
So I'm normally in our song segment, we would talk about song segments. And if you've never seen this before, the next segment is a song segment. So I figured I would set it up now, right? Yeah. Because what we're about to snap into is a song as it goes, and the lyric content of that song is actually all of our past, like episode 1 through 25 titles dropped into lyrics. So in this next segment, the song lyrics are actually the titles of all of the episodes spread out through all of the lyrics. So it's actually kind of cool.
It was kind of fun.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
pretty fun.
It's fun. So ready for that?
I'm ready.
Listen to the song. 3, 2, 1. Is Zeus Satan or just a crown that slipped? Holy apostle or a slave-owning script? Are trees portals or just roots and bark? Shadows in Eden still leaving a mark. Still leaving a mark. Hebrew knowledge, bringer myths we scroll, tales passed down, etched deep in our souls. What are you babbling on about, they say, but the questions won't die, they just echo and stay. They echo and stay. Welcome to Martyr's Row, where the questions bloom and the secrets grow. Did you myth me? I'm not alone. Did you myth me? I'm not alone. Marching through the fire just to make truth known. Who is the Son of Man? I need to know. To him I commit my soul. On Martyr's Row, on Martyr's Row. The myth of the rainbow, promise or flare, was Tiamat Leviathan rising from prayer? Could Eve speak snake? Did you know the plot? Satan's lead sign, the name on that day. Was Nimrod a Freemason, stacking the sky? Which angels fall? Which ones are gonna fly? Was Paul excommunicated or cast aside? While Enoch sink still bleeds from demons, the demons who lie. Are myths historical or warnings disguised? Why is God cruel in the Old Testament times? Why do we fear the return of the King? With fire in his eyes, here comes the reckoning. Here comes the reckoning. With fire in his eyes, here comes the reckoning. Welcome to Martyr's Row. The questions burn and the brave, they still go. Did you myth me? I'm not alone. Did you myth me? I'm not alone. Shouting in silence, shaking the throne. Who is the Son of Man? Let the trumpets blow. Even if it breaks let the trumpets blow on Martyr's Row. This is Martyr's Row. Paul, I have a question for you.
For me?
I love jumping straight into questions.
Yeah.
It gets the conversation going.
I was about to tangent on the get
Right
meta
away.
with this is why we love jumping in, which would have done what we've always done.
Right, which is what this podcast is.
Yeah.
It's a podcast inside of a podcast inside of a podcast.
It's true.
It's the ecosphere.
We like to comment on the fact of what we're going to do, which then defeats the purpose of what we were trying to do.
We like to walk people into a cave and then talk about the fact that we're in a cave. It's fun being in caves. Why not talk about how fun it is doing the thing that you're doing? I love it. So, Paul, that brings me to my question.
Please.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm holding everything back.
Here's my question.
Okay.
Existence. What are we doing here? Simple enough.
It reminds me of
the age-old question.
The age-old question. Have you ever seen the movie or read the books or watched the show Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy?
I saw the movie with Tim Allen, the Santa Claus.
Santa Claus? Do you know he was an occult leader? No.
Was he really?
Santa Claus? No,
I could see that.
We did an episode about that.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Go back and watch that.
Go back. You get to watch
Steven
Unhinged.
What was that one called? Oh, yeah. I really went in on that one.
That was fun.
Nicolaitans?
Yeah, that was fun.
What was it? Was St. Nicholas a cult leader?
I think
that's
right.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, Doctrine of the Nicolaitans.
But it was
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Martin Freeman. That's his name.
Okay.
Yeah, which honestly was the worst take on it, in my opinion.
The movie.
The movie was the worst.
Yeah, I mean, anything in the 90s with Tim Allen.
You keep going back to Tim Allen.
I mean, the thing is I'm
talking about Hitchhiker's Guide, not the Santa Claus.
I know, but to be fair though, the Santa Claus is one of those movies that I know it like the back of my hand.
Oh, I like that movie.
I do too.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, I mean, if you've never seen it,
watch it.
I mean, maybe.
Wait.
At least until Christmas.
Yeah, of course.
But no, Tim Allen. Yeah, I mean, if
June actually, because was it 2 years ago? They released a new one.
It was a
or a special.
It was a Disney Plus
That's
series,
right.
Limited series.
Yeah, and we got a shout out. Not
what?
Us personally.
What are you talking about?
But the city we live in.
No way.
As he's reading through the list of people and where they live, he mentions Lakeland, Florida.
What?
I was like, that's awesome.
You just exposed where we are.
Uh-oh. Don't come and find us.
Or do, and bring snacks.
Actually, that'd be cool. Yeah, I do office hours.
Particularly Gushers.
Yeah.
So existence, why are we here?
Yeah.
What are we doing here?
So, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Yeah, love it. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
So, one of the themes throughout it is they're trying to figure out, what's the answer to life, the universe, and everything.
Yeah.
And so they go to the smartest computer in the universe called Deep Thought. And they ask it that question.
Isn't it on the dark side of the moon or something?
Yeah, it's
okay.
This crazy machine that's it can calculate anything, and it's that's a hard one. It's give me I can't remember how many, X amount of years. It was such a long time.
Okay.
So everyone's just waiting. They're oh man, we have to wait for this thing to finally answer why we're here.
Yeah.
But it's generations.
Okay.
So finally it's done computing the question.
Yeah.
And they come to it and they say, all right, what's the answer?
Yeah. Life,
the universe, and everything. And it says the answer is 42.
Oh, yeah. I love that.
But here's what I find interesting about that.
Yeah.
Into your question.
Okay.
Is we don't often know what we're even asking.
That's a good point.
And so it's and that was part of the point with the book. It's you're asking this question, you don't know what the question is that you're asking. So when you get an answer, what is it actually answering? If you didn't even know the question to begin with.
Wow.
And so what does that have to do with us and the question you asked me? I'm
Yes.
glad you asked. Or at least I asked for you.
I'm asking.
Yes.
Existence.
Existence.
What are we doing here? 42.
And so when we have these very like obscure, abstract things,
Mm-hmm.
it's easy for us to be led in an unideal direction.
Okay.
And the problem is there are things out there that want to lead us in unideal directions.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And so what that has, the track you've kind of put me on here a little bit
Okay.
is our concept of angels and demons.
Oh, okay.
And what I find
Look out.
Look out. Oh my. What I find interesting is, and a lot of it has to do with tradition,
Yeah.
and we've talked about this a lot in different ways on the podcast before,
Sure.
which you can see from our previous 25 episodes.
Yeah, you can.
Is our terminology is a little bit shaky. And so a lot of times when we're talking about these things, we don't actually even know what we're talking about.
Yeah, I get that. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, so it's like when we say angels, it's like, oh yeah, God has his angels. And it's like, that's true.
Yeah.
So then we also read cherubim and seraphim. It's like, well, what are they?
Right.
It's like, well, they're angels too.
Yeah.
And it's like, are they? Like, what does that mean? And so what's interesting is because of this tradition, we've kind of lost track with the terminology that the Bible lays out for us. And one of them is like, it's not telling us what these things are, but it's telling us what they do.
Yeah.
And so for all these creatures, so let's say angels, it's like, well, that's a thing that delivers a message from God.
Sure.
And it's like, oh, that's all it is. It's a job description.
Yeah.
And the same thing with like a cherubim. It's like, oh, they're a throne guardian.
Yeah.
It's like, that's what they are.
Mhm.
It's like, so when we get these ideas of like, oh, angels have wings, it's like, where does it say that?
Right.
And we'd be like, oh, because of Ezekiel. And it's like, that's not talking about angels.
Right.
Because angels isn't that thing. That thing's a throne guardian.
Yes. Yeah. Well, and that's a good point. It's like, I mean, to really, really oversimplify it,
Yeah.
it's a little bit like if you're trying to talk to someone about the details of football
Mm.
and you've only ever watched it.
Yeah.
You've never actually played it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or you're reading, let's say you're reading a guide about like how to play football,
Mm.
but you've never actually watched football or played it. It's like there's only a certain amount of depth that you can talk about something.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
a lot of times from a, like whether you're Christian or you're not Christian, if you believe in God or you don't believe in God, like whatever that is, most of the time we're not even reading a manual.
Yeah.
Or we're not even, we don't even have firsthand knowledge that we've acquired ourselves from doing it, from experiencing it, or from reading about it. Most of the time, most of what we know is from someone else who's done research telling us highlights.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
So the funny thing about that is like whether you go to church and you hear from a pastor and they tell you something, like again, bringing up the doctrine of the Nicolaitans.
Yeah.
It's like they tell you that the doctrine is this.
Mm.
But if you never actually go and look at it and go, well, wait a minute, it doesn't actually say that.
It actually says this, but you've attached it to that.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that might be part of it, but that's conflated and it actually links more to this.
Yeah.
And there's something bigger going on here. Well, if you haven't done the research firsthand, the reality is most of the stuff, I mean, it happens all the time with like in comment sections and things like that. It's like people are just like, what? This person has no idea what they're talking about. But all they saw was the title of the thumbnail or they just listened to the first 5 seconds. And it's like, wait, you didn't even stop to listen to the whole context
Yeah.
or know where it came from.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so you're just automatically talking about something. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
like Christians are like, yeah, I know what angels and demons are. It's like, but do you? Like, do you actually
Right.
know the context of what throughout church history for the last couple of thousands of years,
Mhm.
and then even before then, like, what did they think it was?
Yeah.
Like, maybe start there.
Yeah.
Versus like even like what you're saying, even the idea that like an angel as a messenger.
Mhm.
Well, it's like, does it actually say messenger?
Right.
And like technically it does if you read it in Greek or Hebrew,
Yeah.
but we're not reading it in Greek or Hebrew.
Mm-mm.
So like, and most of the time you're not even reading it. You're just hearing a pastor, a leader or speaker, somebody talk about it. And you're like, all right, well, what did they do? You use some critical thinking and you're like, well, they delivered a message. So they must be a messenger.
Yeah.
It's like, Okay, but are they Cupid? Or are they like trying to make you fall in love with somebody? Or are they just like delivering a message from God? You know, it's like there are all these things that we just assume.
That absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
And that's kind of what you're talking about. It's like we really think we know. That's like the whole Happy Gilmore 2 is a thing this year. And
it's the thing.
And it's Happy Gilmore's wonderful. But it just makes me think of Adam Sandler, and then goes to like The Water Boy. And like the Water Boy's mom was like, everything is the devil.
Yeah.
And there is the aspect of like everything's a demon. It's like aliens, they're all demons. It's like anything that is against you, it's a demon.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, the problem is actually, I would say the bigger problem with that is all the people that go, well, it can't all be demons. Therefore, none of it's demons.
Yeah.
And
you've
like,
done the same thing in the opposite direction.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so I think that's what most people do.
Yeah.
They look
absolutely.
at Bobby Boucher's mom and they go, well, nothing is the devil. Right? Because to her, everything's the devil.
Yeah.
It's like, well, no, what is the devil?
Something is.
And then let's pay attention to that.
Yeah.
And then, just because we've called everything the devil. Now, is it a little safer to just assume everything is the devil? Sometimes.
Sure, I guess.
I mean, it kept Bobby Boucher safe for a long time.
Yeah.
But
well, I love the idea too. I'm stealing this from a friend of mine.
Okay.
Who said this, and I thought it was hilarious.
Okay.
But also very profound.
I like
at the same
to laugh.
time. Yeah, me too.
And think.
Two of my favorite things in one. You're gonna love this. But one of the things we were talking about the idea of demons and the people that are like, oh, yep, devil is waiting for me. I walked into church and he jumped out of the cabinet. And it's like, oh, so he's just
Indian in the cupboard.
Is
that appropriation?
He's just like waiting all week, and he's like, finally, they're here.
Yeah.
Now it's my time to shine.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, like let's stop and think about it for a second. And it's like, and
you're not that important.
These are made up. Well, that's what we're getting at. But also, it's like, we're gonna make up some numbers real quick.
Okay.
And it's like, okay, how many demons are there? Do you think? For example, what if there's 200?
Okay.
There's probably more than that. But it's like, okay, let's just say for the sake of argument, there's 2,000.
Okay.
20,000.
Okay.
There are over 6 billion people in this world.
Yeah.
So you're
Some
saying
would say 8 billion.
One of the actually that is a recent number I've just heard. I stick with the 6. That's what I know. It's habit.
It honestly could be 1 billion. Who actually knows? Who actually knows? If you're a person out there that has counted everybody on the earth,
1,
because here's the thing. Again, that's one of those things where like, who told you that there was 8 billion people?
Yeah, that's true.
Just someone told you.
Someone was like, yeah, sounds right.
It's like someone also told you that Pluto's a planet, and then they decided they didn't want to tell you that anymore.
So rude.
Well, but that's the thing is like, what knowledge do you actually have of this information?
Yeah.
Nothing. Someone just told you there's 8 billion people, so now there's 8 billion people.
Well, so that's kind of where I'm getting at here with this. It's the same thought.
I'm trying to help
just put on a different flavor. But it's like, okay, yeah, so it's like, let's just say there's, it's like they're just sitting around waiting for you. It's like there's so many more people.
Yeah.
I doubt they're waiting for you specifically. Maybe they are. Maybe they're not. Who's to really say?
Yeah.
So it's kind of that. It's like, maybe it's the devil, maybe it's not. But are you making good choices?
Right.
And so it's like we got to look a little more inward and sometimes. But I lost my whole point here.
Sorry.
Where's the direction I was headed?
Indian in the cupboard.
Indian in the cupboard. Yes, got me.
Satan in the church cabinet. He's waiting for you.
He's waiting. He's around the. I actually totally lost it.
He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good, so be good for goodness sake.
But it's like, we got to think about.
You better watch out. Better not cry. Wait, I can't cry?
Parts of it are coming back to me somehow.
Better not pout, I'm telling you why.
Why?
Santa Claus is coming to do something? I don't know.
The leader of the Nicolaitans is coming.
Is Santa Claus? The devil? Oh, wait, I already asked the question.
Oh, yeah. And we kind of already asked that one.
Yeah, we did, actually. Yeah, good point. In like 4 or 5 different ways.
Yeah, true.
But yeah.
So
your point is individually we're not that important.
Probably.
But
also,
collectively we're pretty important.
Also, we're all very important.
Yeah, that's true.
And so I think it's like we have to have these realistic ideas. Because even like you're saying, it's like, well, how do we know that? It's like, did someone just say that and we just believed it?
Right.
Because it's the same idea of, I'm just going to throw this out.
Do it.
Because it's fun.
Throw it.
I can do that.
Yeah.
We're 26 episodes in. Where it's like, someone's like, okay, like who are the demons? It's like, oh, well, those are Satan's minions. And it's like, okay.
So the devil is Gru?
Where did that come from?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, oh, it's in the Bible. Can you show me where it's in the Bible?
Right.
and it's not to say that that's not true.
They're like, I have it on a sign above my toilet that I bought from Hobby Lobby.
Oh, well, then it has to be, right? Why didn't you say that to begin with? Start there next time.
I start every morning by stopping by Hobby Lobby when it opens at 10 a.m.
What do you have for me?
And I walk down the aisles and I get my spiritual knowledge.
I love that.
It's so comfy. I just put blankets around me.
But it's like, it goes into one of my favorite questions I ask people.
Okay.
Because sometimes I like to be a jerk, but in a nice way. It's funny.
At least you admit it.
I do. Yeah, it's a trick I play sometimes.
You little trickster.
But I do it out of love. And it's like, so one of them I love talking about with wisdom because I love the wisdom books in the Bible.
Yeah.
And so I ask people, it's like, oh, like what is wisdom? What is the fear of God? I'll start with the first one because I can't answer it. But it's like what is wisdom? And someone will be like, oh, well, I think it's this, X, Y, Z, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, cool. What does the Bible say it is?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, what?
Yeah.
And so I think that's when we talk about anything, it's easy when we're looking at angels and demons because that's a big one. But it's like anything, someone's like, oh, well, it's this. It's like, okay, do you think that or is that what the Bible says?
Right. And is that a metric you have?
Right.
Like that's the other thing is like sometimes let's say all of your morality or maybe the scales by which you're living your life, maybe those aren't actually founded by what you say that you live your life against.
Yeah.
Meaning like if you have, like let's say you have 12 principles of your life. Like you're Jordan Peterson for
12
some reason.
12 rules, would you?
Or you're John Maxwell or Jordan Peterson, like one of those people. And you have these 16 principles to your life. It's like whatever those are, it's like, are they all backing up against something? Like what's the ultimate truth that it's backing up against?
Yeah.
And we've talked about that. Like that was one of your phrases is truth is truth is truth.
Yeah, which I've actually altered slightly recently.
Oh, do it.
Yeah.
What is it?
Well, so the way I've been thinking about that is, which I still agree with that statement.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I think it can be misleading sometimes.
Sure.
Because I often attach with that like being a truth seeker.
Okay.
But as I overthink words too much, and you're in the same boat, is like, oh, if you're seeking something, it's like you already have an idea of what it looks like, and so you're looking for that thing, and not necessarily what's in front of you,
which is very dangerous.
Yes, and I was like, oh, you know what? That's actually not a good mentality to bring.
True. And
so I've actually switched it a little bit to let's be curious about truth or curious about things.
Yeah.
And it's
you
like
actually just
instead of being like, okay, this is what truth is, so let me go find it in the Bible. It's like, no, let me go see what the Bible says, and I'll find out what's true.
Yeah. Yeah. You're messing me up right now.
Oh, no.
Because Matthew 7:7 says, ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be open to you. For everyone who asks receives. The one who seeks finds. And to one who knocks, the door will be opened. You're making me realize that like there's an element to that is true.
Yeah.
Regardless of what door you're knocking on. So like the reality is like one of the things that we've been talking about and one of the things that we've been kind of warning of or exposing is the idea that like if you open yourself up or if you knock on a door that you shouldn't knock on and that door opens, you've just opened yourself up to something you should have never opened yourself up to.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if you seek, you'll probably find what you're looking for, right?
Yeah.
Still find what you're looking for. You too? Old Bono.
Well, I think with that, and it's like it helps to put more parameters by what I'm saying, because I think what I just said can also be taken as like a new age idea,
It can.
which it is not what I'm meaning.
Yeah, but to be fair, like that's a like okay, so that leads me into like kind of a worldview that I feel like over the course of this podcast has really helped me shape this image. Because of that. Because here's the truth: where there is truth, there is deception.
Yeah.
So or deception is not necessarily the opposite of truth. It's just a redirecting of truth.
Yeah.
I actually wouldn't say there's true and false. I don't know that there's truth and then falsehood. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because falsehood doesn't exist without truth.
Absolutely.
Truth can exist by itself.
Mm-hmm.
So that's actually that's actually something that like we really as Christians need to understand.
Yeah.
Is that there's not a duality to things.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's not
Right.
a yin and a yang.
Right.
Like there is order, but there's not a yin and a yang.
Mm-mm.
Because there's not true and false. There's truth, and then there's false truth.
Yeah.
But the false or the deception doesn't exist unless the truth is real.
Yeah.
And so everything, that's where like your truth is truth is truth. Like the idea of that, of like uncovering the diamond, makes sense.
Yeah.
But the phrase needs context.
It does.
However, the reality is like one of the things that's really helped me is just the simple idea that the Bible was not the first idea.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is when the Bible was written down, it was not the first idea.
Yeah.
It was not the first thing written down.
Right.
It was also not the first myth.
Correct.
It was not the first story.
Yeah.
And it was not the first parable. It was not the first any of those things. And it doesn't claim to be.
Right.
The Bible doesn't claim to be the first.
No, it claims to be the right.
Correct.
Yeah.
Now, it does claim to be the Word, which is living and active, but the Word, John 1:1, Genesis 1, is Jesus. So the Word is actually Jesus. The Word became flesh and dwelt among us. The Word brought order to chaos. Everything was done for him, by him, and through him. It's all Jesus. So the words of the Bible are the Word given to us. It's not Jesus, but the Word itself, the words of the Scripture are living and breathing and active, not because they change or evolve or reshape or whatever, but it's because that's the tangible description of who Jesus is on in somewhat of a 2, sometimes 3-dimensional viewpoint, right? So that's one of the things I feel like that's helped me a lot in the podcast is the idea that like I always just think of like, okay, the beginning of time happened, then the Bible, and then everything else. But there's already been a bunch of people who are like, oh yeah, well the Noah and the flood and the ark, there was a way older myth about that out of Mesopotamia, and I'm like, I know.
Yes.
And you know who else knows? Yahweh, when he gave the words to Moses in Genesis 1, go back and listen to our episodes on is Tiamat Leviathan.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because Paul explained in a great way the idea that like Genesis 1 is actually intentionally poking at other gods. It's using specific language that's poking at other gods. So one of the things that's really helped me is this idea that if you just go like, hey, what is the Bible? Like, what is the Bible itself? To like point back to that question of like, why are we here? Well, the Bible is like basically it's Jesus showing up on the scene going, hey, there's all that you guys have is all a deception of the truth. Everything that you have is a deception of the truth. Here's the truth.
Yeah.
So the Bible is going, hey, this everything that you're looking at is all chaos.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bunch of myths that are a deception of the actual true myth.
Yeah.
The actual true story. And we go into that. Myth is what? It's historical blended with supernatural events.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
if you take the supernatural events out of it, it's just history.
But then it's bad history.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it's misplacing actual events that
Yeah.
are supernatural.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which every good narrative has a supernatural element. But also
Yes.
every truth has a supernatural element.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that we tend to want to ignore.
Yeah. And I think it makes some things, I mean, going along that line, it's like it makes some things harder when they shouldn't be hard to explain.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, like, one of them that was always confusing to me when I was younger was, like, the Code of Hammurabi.
Okay.
And it's like, wait, this is very similar to the Ten Commandments,
Sure.
but it was way before the Ten Commandments,
Yeah.
historically.
Yeah.
So how does that make sense?
Sure.
And it's like, actually, it's not that hard to understand if you take myth into account.
Yeah.
It's like if you just look at what they're saying, it's like, well, we didn't like. It's like not like we didn't have the Ten Commandments,
Yeah.
before they were actually given in stone.
Mm-hmm.
It's like no, they were just understood by everybody.
Yeah.
But what happened and then is we see it through myth. It's like, oh, well, other gods came in and said, actually,
Yeah.
let me just change that a little bit.
Right.
And then Yahweh comes down and goes, okay, let me just give it to you straight.
Yeah.
This is what I said.
Yeah.
This is what the commandments actually are.
Yeah.
And then he has to come down thousands of years later and go, oh my gosh, this is what I meant.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and you see that through Genesis.
Yeah.
Like, so you see that often, like through the book of Genesis. The 50 chapters of Genesis is a long period of time.
Yeah.
Like, in fact, in some ways, it's not measurable. That's a whole different episode.
Yeah.
That like we haven't done yet, but we absolutely should.
I would like to do one about the attributes, and which would be a long series.
The attributes?
Attributes of God.
Oh, I was talking about like how old is the earth?
Oh, that would be a fun one too. I'd love that.
Because
I think they'd both be great.
Well, because
that's what I've been preparing for.
Potentially, the book of Genesis is like if you start at Genesis 50,
yeah,
and then make your way back, eventually, I would argue that you lose track of time. That there is no timeline at a certain point. Eventually, it just falls into before time.
Yeah,
but that's a whole different episode,
which we'll definitely get into.
We will, yeah.
Because that would actually take us an hour.
Yeah, but if you look at Genesis all the way through it, it's like you have these checkpoints where it's like, and then there were these people, this pocket of people who turned and worshiped the Lord. So it was almost like like this happens, like the world is created, man is created. Genesis 3, the separation. And then you have Genesis 6 and corruption on the earth in a way that is outside the means of humanity itself. And then you have the flood narrative, and then you have Tower of Babel, and then you have all of these things happening. Genesis 12, Abraham shows up. Like you start to have all these, and then it's like, but there was always pockets of like, and then this person was like had a heart after God. This person had a heart after God. Yeah. And every time it does that, it's like all of a sudden there's truth knowledge given. There's pockets of like, oh, here's actually like this person prospered in a way that was completely different than everybody else. Yeah. Or like Enoch, 7 from Adam, was taken up and was no more and apparently didn't die, which is fascinating.
Very fascinating.
But yeah. He like which I feel like maybe is why the language of like firstborn among the dead when talking about Jesus' resurrection is important, because you have Enoch and you have Elijah that didn't die. Yeah. So firstborn among the dead is an interesting, important phrase. Absolutely. Anyways, so when you look at that, it's like, okay, so what happens is there's all this explanation of like, well, Yahweh's not delivering truth to humanity because humanity is not seeking truth. They're seeking their own means. What they're seeking is what they desire.
Yeah.
And so what they're finding is deception.
But I think, and that's where I think even with the idea of seeking, it's like we need to have parameters.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it's easy. I think it's easy to be like, oh, everyone is seeking just their own fleshly desire, which is like, that is true. But do they all know that?
Sure.
And it's like, 'cause I think for some people, and you can look at even other religions, like there's a lot of people with a lot of zeal for what they are taught.
Yeah.
It's like we look at it as Christians and go like, oh, but that's not the truth.
Right.
But they think it is, and they're pursuing it in like the same amount of zeal that we're pursuing Christianity.
Yeah.
Pursuing Christ. And it's like, but the difference is like they're seeking what they believe to be true. So it's like, okay, so now we've got to ask the question, what is true?
Yeah.
And it's like, so where does that come? It's like, where are those parameters?
Sure.
Because if you have this preconceived idea of what it is, you're going to find whatever your preconceived idea is somewhere. You got to force it sometimes.
Right.
Or do you? And I for me, it's like I find with Christianity, it's like I actually don't have to do any forcing if I just let the data speak for itself. Let the experience speak for itself.
Well, and that's
so
the
it's
idea
like,
of fruit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I mean, taking another word, which is love, let's take that, 'cause that's a big one.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, well, God is love.
Mm.
That's awesome. And it's true.
Yeah.
What is love?
Right.
And so if you just believe, oh, it's this warm, fuzzy feeling, you're going to find that from demons.
Absolutely.
Okay. It's like when we have this idea, again, that goes to other preconceived notions. When we believe demons are these gross, ugly things, first off, where'd you get that?
Yeah.
The Bible says quite the opposite most of the time.
Yeah.
And so it's like, okay, so if something that's not good can make you feel nice,
yes.
does that mean it's loving?
Mm.
No. Okay, then what is love?
Right.
And how do I find what it actually is?
Baby, don't hurt me.
What
no
is
more.
love? You know what I mean, though? It's
I
like,
do.
Yeah. And it's like, it's this constant, like, having to break down our own ideas and replacing them with, like, the truth. Like, what is actually it?
Well, and like, you were just, like, talking about, like, attributes of God and, like, wanting to go into all that. And there's actually a really simple, like, there's a simple thing to say that is extremely dense and complicated.
I like it.
Just the idea that, like, if you say, what is love?
Yeah.
I would say anything that God does.
Yeah.
So, like, God is love.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that statement is a biblical statement.
Yes.
God is love.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's not just even simplified to anything that God does. It's actually who he is.
Yeah.
So if God is love, then that means that apart from God, love does not exist.
Yeah.
So that means that there are deceptions of love.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're just seeking what you think is love, what you might find is deception on the grounds of, like, comfort or lust or any of these things. Like, and I say comfort because lust is more of, like, sin language, but comfort, it could also be a massive, like, sin and falling away in your life. Absolutely. Because if you're seeking comfort as a personification of what love is, then you can find comfort in evil things and demonic things, and that can be offered. But love cannot be offered because love can only come from God, because God is love. Yeah. So it's like, it's this simple idea. It's like, that's the same thing with good. Love and good, those two things are God. Yeah. So, like, you can't, in other words, like, the love that I have for somebody else, so, like, the love that I have for you, it actually doesn't originate with me. Right. It only originates through my relationship with God. Yes. Giving me the ability to pass himself through me to someone else. So I can express God's love to you. Yeah. What I might say is I can express love to you. But all I'm doing is actually I'm expressing God to you. Yes. Which is synonymous. Yeah, absolutely. Now I can express lust to you, and that's a whole different thing. Yeah. But if I'm expressing actual love to you, then I'm expressing something to you that's not mine. Right. I'm
Yeah.
being used to pass it to you.
Yeah.
So when someone loves you and they genuinely love you, then the presence of God exists in that relationship, because what
Yeah.
they're being allowed to do is pass God's acknowledgement of who you are and who he is on to you.
Yeah. And that actually goes back to, Imago Dei idea, where it's like we're his earthly representatives.
Yeah, image of God.
Yeah. Yes.
You had to use the Latin.
I did, of course. I studied it in high school. I gotta use it now and then. And it's like, like he created us to represent him on earth.
Yeah.
And so we have the ability to represent him, which is exactly what you're saying, by reflecting that love towards somebody.
Yeah.
Those similar attributes, it's like we can reflect a fraction of that towards someone else, because we're supposed to be representing him in everything that we do.
Yeah.
And I think it's important to say, not that you gave this idea, but I just feel like it's important to say in this conversation, because I've heard it so many times, especially when talking about attributes of God.
Okay.
That it's like, oh yeah, like here are the attributes and God's here. He's got to do those things, and it's like that's why I like the way you said it. It's like, no, that's who he is. Like those things are him.
Yes.
It's not like, oh, God is logical, which means that he has to abide by the laws of logic. It's like, no, he's actually beyond logic.
Right.
Logic has to abide by what he does, because everything he does is logical.
Yeah.
Not because it has to be. It's just because that's just who he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the same way that, like, in a parallel concept, we do need to do an episode on, like, when is heaven?
I like that.
So, yeah, I think there are some of these concepts. We have a shared note where there's just, like, titles and ideas, because it is that idea. It's like...
And I love that most of the time for our episodes, we don't actually use it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So it's like we have probably 50 points in there now.
Yeah, but it sparks It sparks
does.
Then
it sparks a new idea that becomes the topic.
Right.
And it's like we've
need to clean
used
it out.
some of them for sure.
Yeah, we've used most of them.
But that's what I love about it.
Yeah,
we've used a good amount.
Yeah.
But that's what I love about it. It's like there are so many things to talk about.
Yeah.
To the point where it's the things we want to talk about are creating new things to talk about.
Yes.
And I love that.
And that's kind of the whole thing, is like the truth is like we would love for you to listen to this podcast and to follow along, and but the main thing is like almost would love to have a dialogue with you versus you just listening. Listen, but dialogue as well, because the truth is like don't just listen even to what we're saying and be like, oh, this is something that now I have knowledge of. It's like, well, make sure that you double check what we said.
Don't just do what we talked against.
Right.
Yeah.
And like the context of which we talked about it. And like, there's all those things. But yeah, I love that. I love that idea of, and I need to like dig into it, of like, when is heaven? Like the idea.
It's a cool idea.
Like the idea that like, because we know like, the earth, the heavens and the earth will pass away.
Yeah.
There will be a new heavens and a new earth. But does that currently exist now? So like the idea of like, if you are a saint, a disciple, if you are a Christ follower and you die on the earth, you don't receive a resurrected body, but when you die, do you then step out of current time and then enter into the eternal, where the new heavens and the new earth already are in existence, and then your resurrected body is somehow there?
Because it's a really fascinating question. Because I mean, just based on some of the events that we see, like one of them, like Revelation, is an easy one to look at first, where it's like, okay, so here John the Revelator is having this moment inside of heaven, seeing things happen that haven't happened yet,
right?
Because he's warning people that they're going to happen.
Yes.
So it's like, wait, is he seeing something that isn't happening in heaven yet even? Or is it happening then, but it hasn't happened here yet?
Well, and then there's an argument in Daniel about, hey, don't talk about this.
Yeah. He's seeing something that theoretically, is what John is telling us about,
Right.
or telling them about.
And did they see it at the same time?
Yeah, and that's just like, that's kind of wild if that's true.
It is.
And then the other thing that's interesting, and this is
because we also have the blink of an eye concept. It's like it happens in a blink of an eye. Like you could think of it as like that is how long Earth exists in its current state. And in reality, eternity is already happening.
Right.
And it's we're just like we're being sucked towards it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Which is weird.
It is.
And it's like, and then attaching to that idea is we see from deathbed experiences, which is in the near-death experience, except for it's not near-death, it's death.
Yeah.
Where a lot of times those people will, they'll say that they're seeing, this big light, and there's loved ones. There's an angel that comes to them.
Yes.
To use that terminology.
Right. Yeah.
And then they see like loved ones that have died come and help usher them into heaven.
Yes.
Those that are going to heaven.
Right.
And it's like, oh, so that's interesting. So they're not seeing people that are currently alive.
Right.
So in that, it's like, in that case, it seems linear. But then we have these other moments like you're talking about that aren't linear.
Well, and that's where like I've heard pastors be like, well, that stuff is like not worth talking about, or like not worth thinking about, or maybe they're just trying to get to like, yeah, but you still need to like love your wife. It's like, yeah, I understand that.
Of course. So anyway.
right. Like I understand that. But I like to entertain the idea. It's like, yeah, okay, I got that. I work on that daily. Mm-hmm. But I also like, I want my, like, that's the thing where I'm like, okay, but at the same time, I don't disagree that all of these things have to come to pass and have to happen.
Yeah.
The Bible also says that. But it doesn't mean that it's not like it's, you know what I mean? It's like, it is this blink of an eye. Like a day is like 1,000 years is like a day to the Lord. It's this idea that like all of our linear time and existence on earth, and when earth started, and the universe and all of those things, it's like this could all be happening like earth, you know what I mean? Like heavens and
absolutely.
the earth are there, and then he already has done everything. Like when we talk about like as Christians, it's like the battle has already won. On some level, it feels like there's a cosmic statement.
Yeah.
That means that the end has actually already come, but we just aren't there yet.
Right.
But outside of our linear time, it already exists.
Which is weird. And that's the part that makes it kind of interesting, too. It's like, well, as far as we can see in our life, it's like the spiritual realm hasn't caught up to that idea yet either.
Right.
Because it's not like it's just frozen and we're the only ones that haven't gotten there.
But they wouldn't be, because they're trapped on earth.
Yeah. So it's like, wait, hold on. You know what I mean?
And you're like, wait, what are you talking about? Demons?
What episode is that?
Well, that's one of the things that I was saying is like we didn't quite get to that just like simple argument of like what is a demon.
Yeah.
We just talked about Book of Enoch.
Right.
So in reality, we never dissected what Enoch says. And
which, to be fair, was kind of intentional.
Yeah. Yeah, so we need to get to that at some point.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like this is like in some ways this is an intentional tangent episode.
Yeah.
Of like this is what an episode would look like if we didn't just pick one topic and try and research it.
We're just going to talk about them all.
Yeah.
But I think, and so I guess I'll take this moment too to say, if I haven't said before, which there's a good chance I have, but it's worth saying again.
Yeah.
I think for me, it's like with my intention with all of these episodes, and all future episodes, is like, if one person can get excited to read the Bible,
right,
then it's like, that's all I need.
Yeah.
That would make me so happy, and I could die a happy man.
Yeah.
And it's to those things where those conversations, I know they happen to so many people.
Yeah.
I won't even say a number, because maybe it's 5. Who knows? How many people are there in the world?
Yeah.
10? But
I don't know. There's at least as many as are in your city. Maybe more. Who knows?
Who knows? Who's to say? I know there's at least more than 3. Because we need at least one viewer. 3.
We caught ya.
Ooh, even
We see you, Sharon.
It's us watching.
It's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Nice. There's 4 people. But it's like they have questions
Yeah,
because they're curious about stuff.
sure.
And I think some people are nervous, people in authority.
Mhm.
They get a little bit nervous sometimes. And it's like, well, for your benefit, don't even read that. It's
yeah,
like, maybe they're right to say that. I don't know.
yeah,
But I think like if you're curious enough about it, you should be able to find out information about it.
yeah,
And so it's like, and it's not to say, oh, I'm going to search this to neglect all these things. It's like, no, that's part of the fun.
right.
It's like part of the fun is like, no, let's just dive into it. It's like, I'm probably not going to find the right answer or an answer.
Yeah.
Maybe I will. But who cares?
Right.
The fun is doing it. And I think when we start to nip all of those things out, then the Bible gets boring and life becomes just a mundane routine.
Yeah.
And it's like, it doesn't have to be because there's a lot of wild stuff in here.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like, and I think we talked about that in episode 0. It's like, let's open that space up a little bit.
Yeah.
Say like, no, ask the weird question.
Yeah.
Because I'm also curious.
Yeah.
And I want to look into it.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I think the dangerous part of that is going, hey, I'm going to go down this rabbit trail because I'm interested in what this is. Now let me only do that. I'm going to devote my whole life to this one rabbit trail. It's like, okay, that's when things get tough.
Yeah.
Because you go like, all right, let me look at this text. What do we read? Gospel of Thomas.
Yeah.
But you like, let me look at this text. Oh, well, this nullifies what the Bible says. It's like, okay, but how about all of the other texts like that?
Yeah.
Right. But also like
Yeah.
maybe look at all of them and like we did in the myth series, it's
Mhm.
like, it's almost like when you look at one deception,
Yeah.
it's like, wait, that means the Bible's not true.
Mm-hmm.
But if you actually look across multiple cultures and you go, wait, across these 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10
yeah.
cultures, they're all kind of saying the same thing,
Mm-hmm.
and it's all the opposite of the Bible.
Yeah.
Does that mean this is all true or this is true?
Yeah.
And I feel like what I've found and what I've seen, even to the point of archaeological finds, it's almost like the more you dig, the more true the Bible becomes.
Yes.
So the reality is,
Yeah.
is what is true prevails.
Mm-hmm.
So the danger is actually not digging enough.
Yeah.
Like the danger
Yeah.
becomes, hey, let me look at this one thing that seems to be counter. No, look at all of it.
Yeah.
Like just
Yeah.
go wild and look at everything, because when you look at everything, you get a fuller picture and you go, okay, now I actually can bounce all this against the truth.
Yeah.
And then you start to look at it and go, oh, it's all a similar deception
Yeah.
against this one thing.
Well, I mean, and we pointed out in our myth series, like as you're going through all these, you realize that they're actually not that different,
Right.
but there's a couple things that are different.
Sure.
You know, it's like, oh, they're focusing on a different piece. The part that can throw us off is they don't use Bible language.
Yeah.
It's like they use their language.
Right.
And so you need to, assimilate that. But if you're just looking, it's like, oh, well, the native Australians say that a giant frog drank all the water.
Yeah.
And then they made him laugh, and he, vomited it out. And that's where the
Tiddalik.
flood came. Yeah. I was trying to avoid that word because I wouldn't be able to say it without laughing.
Too late.
Oops. You know what I mean? It's like, oh,
Yeah.
well, that's what happened.
Yeah.
And it's like, if that's all you know and that's all you focus on, then you're like, oh, the Bible's wrong. This is real.
Right.
But then it's like, wait a second. Let's compare that to this and this and this and this, and realize they're actually telling the same story.
Yeah.
But there's just slight shifts and pieces.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's like that is that thing is like, let's actually like that was to take that a step further.
Yeah.
The podcast is really like, hey, that little like side closet or
Mm.
that side question, like let's open the door, see what's in there. Sometimes it's like, wait, this actually sheds a lot more light
Yeah.
on context of scripture. And then you open some and it's like, oh, there's nothing in here.
Yeah.
Like this actually, we don't need to spend time on this, but explore it.
Some of them it's like, oh, no.
Yeah, like I need to get some different tools before I open that one again.
And I think that's where it's important, even when we look at Scripture, it's like, where are the hard lines that it draws?
Yeah,
And we have warnings about this. Like, one of the biggest ones is like magic.
sure.
And it's like, don't open the door in that.
Right.
You can know like what it like the concept of it. It's
Right.
Like, okay, well, what is magic?
Yeah.
It's like, well, how do I do it? It's like, close that door.
Right.
Don't even open that up. Don't even crack it.
Yeah. And
Actually, put a blanket underneath the jam too.
well, and to some extent, you don't necessarily have to explore praxis. You
Yeah.
don't necessarily have to explore playing football to learn about football. Like
Yeah,
going back to that
absolutely.
very
Absolutely.
first idea, it's like, well, if you're interested in like origins of magic, then read about the origins of magic. Don't go do magic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like anything, it's like if you get a bookshelf from IKEA, you can not read the instruction if you want to,
Mm-hmm.
but it's going to be so much harder for you.
Yeah.
So like, hey, this person over here, they seem to be getting healed, or they seem to be getting knowledge from tarot cards or from this other. Let me go do that. Hang on. Read the instructions first.
Yeah.
Go figure out what they're actually doing before you partake in it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the whole point. It's like,
Yeah.
hey, let's stop for a minute. Let's talk about what these things are. It brings greater concept or context, and that's why
And I think with that, it's like to dispel the myth a little bit.
yeah.
Or the idea, it's like, it's the whole, the devil's in everything, so the devil's not in anything idea.
Yeah.
It's like when someone, I hear this a lot from Christians, and it's a traditional thing,
Okay.
where it's just like, oh, magic's bad, therefore it's fake.
Right.
It's like, no, I never said that.
Yeah.
The Bible never said that.
Right. Yeah.
It said don't do it.
Right.
And so I think what happens with sometimes with certain things,
Yeah.
we get told, no, that's fake, don't do it.
Right.
And then we learn, oh, there are other gods.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait a second, there are, like, magic is a real thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, and the Bible said don't mess with it.
Yeah.
It said they're false gods. It
Right.
said that's dangerous.
Yeah, and we talked about this on previous episode. Like, false doesn't mean fake.
Right.
And over time, the part of the problem with that is like over time, the false gods, meaning the deceptive gods, the non-true God, or the non-true like King of Kings.
Yeah.
Those eventually gain less power in certain spaces, but the relics remain.
Yeah.
So like where we are now, we might look around and be like, oh, that's just a statue. It's like, yeah, but it could be possessed by something if someone asked it to be, but also they, in their culture, they see that as a vessel to be possessed or to house a spirit.
Yeah.
And even though you may not experience many of those vessels now that are housing spirits,
Praise God.
they used to all house spirits.
Yeah.
So just because you see a statue that isn't housing a spirit, it doesn't mean that it wasn't originally designed to and did house a spirit.
Yeah.
Like, so that's a big part of it. But
yeah. But it's kind of like that, opening the framework up a little bit.
Yeah.
Or opening our worldview up a little bit.
Yeah.
To be like, both things can be true.
Yeah.
And it's like, just because it's bad doesn't mean it's not real. It just means it's bad.
Yeah. So, Paul, existence. What are we doing here?
I wish I could tell you.
Got to watch Martyr's Row to find out. 3, 2, 1.